Alright, so I'm standing in front of Hang Makdau's tomb. And for those of you who don't know, this guy is a famous poet, perhaps the most influential colonial period Vietnamese poet. He was a Catholic, as you can see, but he also used a lot of Buddhist imagery and symbolism as well. And he is revered for his romantic poems, but in addition, he also had a wide variety of other aspects as well. He was a leopard. He actually had leprosy, and during the latter few years of his life, he was actually kind of grumpy and and that reflected in his poetry. And he's really, really famous. I mean, for Vietnamese people, they've all studied Han Mac Dou's poetry. All right, so I want you to think of him not as just the Shakespeare or the Edgar Allan Poe. He was that and perhaps even more. Now, I don't really know any of his poems, but I can recite a poem right now. Roses are red, violets are blue. Yes. Okay, so that's it. You're welcome. But Vietnamese language and Vietnamese poetry isn't as simple as I usually portray it to be. I know in the past I've said, the Vietnamese language is so simple, but it's not. Okay, if you actually studied in classical Vietnamese language and stuff like that, it's actually very complex. Compared to English, the everyday usage of the Vietnamese language is simpler because you don't have like the future tense or the past tense or whatever. But in terms of classical Vietnamese and the vocabulary involved, it's very, very complex. Reading his poems, I would have no idea what he's saying. And by the way, he actually died fairly young, before his 40s. But here we are in Qui Nhon, which is also known as like the city of poems, the city of poetry. And this is Hang Mac Dou's gravestone, and Hang Mac Dau is perhaps one of the most influential Vietnamese poet ever. Okay, besides me, I'm the most influential Vietnamese poet. KyleLay.net, Facebook.com/KyleLay.net. All right, let's go.